Ladies and gentlemen, just Sunstrider here, and welcome to what will be more of a informative, talky kind of video today. Because on March 27th, 2018, obviously, the devs did Planetside 2 did a bit of a stream revealing some new plans for future developments in Planetside 2 as just some overall changes and stuff coming out. And I thought in all my experience of Planetside 2, I thought I'd hop into the training center VR area and just fly around and share my thoughts about what was said. And I don't know what and long story short, there were a few small things, a couple major things, and I will leave a link to the stream archive in the description below if any of you guys want to see it for yourselves. But regardless, the first thing that was talked about was everyone's favorite, good old friend, construction. Now, I do not have a lot of experience in the construction system. I don't plan on having a lot of experience in the construction system because me, along with a few other people, I'm definitely not the only one who thinks this way. But construction, as of now, sucks, and it's gonna need a lot of work to make it viable because the devs say that they want to make construction less of a on the side, set up a base, leave it for an hour thing, and more of, a barrier, like a roadblock that you can place like in between bases and use it as a forward operating base and general stuff like that. And right now, it's not that at all. There have been at least 3 new pieces of equipment, but to me, it doesn't really change it doesn't really change what construction is. As a matter of fact, in my personal opinion, I think it kind of makes it worse. Now, should stop blabbling and actually start explaining. The first piece of equipment that the devs showed off was a big pain spike. A big spike, big red spike in the ground that apparently emits a pain shield similar to that of spawn rooms in bases. Now, I don't know about you, but the way I see it is that, people can't, connect like 2 walls together to make like a triangle point or something. I think they've actually removed that to kind of avoid impenetrable defenses by foot. But with these paint spikes, it's like you're just making it worse because, yeah, sure, they have to leave a gap now, but then they just leave a paint spike in that gap, and then you just leave it there, and people can't even get in anyway because there's a big old fucking spike in the way that it doesn't do that much damage per second, but it's still enough to make somebody go, well, fuck that, and then just turn array goes somewhere else. Now, this could be a deterrent to just max crashing the hive and being done with it, but it just encourages more ground zerging of bases. Now, another thing that they have developed is a sort of uber charge for your shield wall. If you guys ever watched or played Team Fortress 2, you'll know that the medic has an uber charge, right? And you uber charge the heavy, and both of them are not permanently, but they are completely invulnerable for a few seconds. They pretty much made that in the form of a module, kind of like a shield module or a AI targeting module, where you stick it down and you have to like activate it as if you were an infiltrator hacking. You like press down the E button on it for like 15, 10, 15 seconds, and all of your walls, like, I don't think I can actually see the blueprints here. This is in Subnautica, but all of your normal ramp walls and I think your bunker walls, whatever the hell they're called, like blast walls or whatever, all of them become temporarily immune to all forms of damage. Now, that is something to deteriorate vehicle spam. So, you know, the attackers might go, okay, they have these fucking invincible wall bullshit, why not we just send in a max crash? Oh, wait, we can't, because there's fucking permanent pain spikes blocking our fucking way. It just makes player-made bases that much more of an almost impenetrable fortress, and people don't want to fight there, and it's kind of boring to sit in them too. Like, I participated in some base fights in the past in my videos. You guys have been watching for that long, you might have noticed, but most of it is just vehicle slugfests. Like, most of it is vehicle slugfests, and there's barely any infantry play. The only infantry play is when the first wall goes down, and then everybody just focuses fire on the high. 5 minutes later, everything gets nuked. And then you kind of just, you know, anybody who survives just kind of, you know, dusts off their hands and their armor and everything, and just kind of goes, well, that was fun. Let's go do something actually meaningful now. Because that's what I feel like construction is, and these modules and changes only make that worse. Now, the last thing and the biggest thing that they've added is a anti-vehicle artillery launcher, kind of like the Glaive IPC or whatever the frack it's called. They added in kind of a big anti-vehicle cannon that, you know, shoot a dart at an area, like 10 seconds later, shit gets rained down upon them. And that's cool and all, but the charge up is way too long, and people can just leave the area. I mean, you can't tell it's coming until it's already too late, but by the time you fire the dart, most people probably already moved on. So, yeah, construction doesn't look pretty good. There needs to be a hell of a lot more changes before I ever become remotely interested in construction, because I don't want to be sitting there for half an hour building a base just for some lone Reaver squadron to come by and wipe me out in like 10 minutes, and I've just wasted like 40 minutes of my life. It's like there's no point in that, and there's no point in doing that when I could be doing something more productive by getting on my heavy assault and grinding for LMG kills, and obviously this will be on the Terran Republic. Alright, just going on my TR heavy assault and grinding for LMG kills. I'm so close to finishing like the fucking T9 Carvest grind, alright? I kinda want to finish that this weekend. But anyway, moving on. Construction still needs a lot of work. It's good to know that they're still developing stuff for it, so you know they're not totally giving up, which is good. They have dedication and determination to get it built up, but the core fundamentals, like, stop adding stuff and make the core fundamentals work better. Allow player-made bases to go with the flow of normal pre-built bases, you know? Let them get in the way. Let them set up roadblocks. Let outfits set up gigantic fucking roadblocks that people have to fight through. You know, bases, like open fields that you can capture with vehicles and build around, that's a good start, but yeah, just so much more needs to be done with construction before it's even viable. Anyway, moving on, there are some new weapons coming into the fold. There are battle rifles this time. We got SMGs. We already got SMGs. We recently got recently got some LMGs, and now we're getting battle rifles. And these are going to be faction-specific battle rifles. So, you know, the NC one's going to be all big and clunky, the VS one's going to be all slick, and the Terran Republic one is going to be, well, militaristic. But something interesting that I overheard the devs say about these battle rifles is that they're going to have faction-specific, like, functionality to them. And the only thing they really said was something about the NC weapons having some sort of a piercing effect to them. Like, you shoot through one person to get to another person. That's cool and all, but is that really NC? I feel like NC would have some sort of a secondary shotgun mode or something. And of course the Terran Republic's battle rifle will be fully automatic. And if they want to add something for the Vanu, I would expect them to have some sort of like power shot mode where you like hold down the trigger, then you just blast out like a very powerful shot at the cost of more ammo in your magazine, which you then have to reload more often. But it feels like the Vanu way. Just look at the Lancer rocket launcher, the charge-up sniper rifle, even the Spiker, like the charge-up pistol. You know, for those of you who remember that. You know, there's all that kind of, all these kind of charging abilities that these Vanu guns have. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the Vanu battle rifle, the new Vanu battle rifle coming out, actually has that ability. The TR, of course, you know, the rapid fire, you know, spray down as many bullets as you can long range, and hope for the best. And, of course, the new Conglomerate has the piercing ability, but I feel like they could do something a little bit cooler. I don't know exactly what, but it feels kind of lackluster, but we'll see what happens, you know. I'm not really a battle rifle kind of guy. As I said, I'm a LMG heavy assault kind of guy. But that could change in the future because the final big... Well, before we get to the final big thing, one last small thing that they mentioned towards the end of the stream are the Bastion fleet carriers. Those guys got a bit of a visual update, or are getting a bit of a visual update. I mean, you still can't really interact with them, but they showed off like spots for turrets for them to go to. You know, like spots like for turrets to be placed on, and I assume you could like gal drop on it later on, and then you know some people may even be able to enter it. I don't know. The Bastion fleet carriers, the only thing that really do good for right now is at the end of a lurch where they just kind of just bomb the continent after somebody locks it. I mean, it's a cool concept, but you know what? More is planned in the future, so I guess we'll see what happens with that. But finally, the biggest thing they got to show for us was the Advanced Specialization Program, something like that. I can't remember exactly what it's called. That could be what it's called. I don't know. I can't remember exactly. And for those of you guys who have been secretly hoping, no, it's not a fourth faction, I don't see why they'd add a fourth faction. Like, a fourth faction would just add in so much confusion and so much, like, population balancing errors and so much shit that will just, like, cause Planetside to break down. Like, why would you want a fourth faction just to screw everything up? I mean, yeah, I guess it's kind of a cool concept, but still, it, like, break the whole balance here of Planetside 2. But the Advanced Specializations Program, or whatever the fuck it's called, is a prestige system. Is Planetside 2 is a version of a prestige system. Now, unlike prestige systems in things like Call of Duty, instead of not only does a prestige system in Call of Duty take your battle rank and all your shit, so all of those weapons you spent so long trying to unlock, they just fucking strip that away from you. You strip their rank, it gave you all the basic pre-made loadouts and says, have fun, dickhead. Planetside 2, they only take your battle rank away. They do not take any of your unlocked possessions, or so they say. So all of your weapons, attachments, utility slot, vehicles, all that stuff will stay in your possession, and your battle rank will be the only thing that would be reset to 1. You'll get a little star and some sort of a weird symbol in this thing right here. That shows up whenever you kill somebody on their death screen. And yeah, I mean, thank God they don't steal all of your shit. I am glad they don't steal all of your shit, because if I had to go through gathering all of the weapons and attachments and shit I got, that would just be a painful process, and I probably wouldn't be interested in it at all. But they don't do that, so that's a good start. But where it gets interesting is how you get access to it and what it gives you. What does this prestige system allow you to do necessarily? And the way you get in, it's kind of a hefty fee. What they started right now, what they stated in the dev stream, you need to be at least battle rank 100, which thank God they didn't say battle rank 120, because I'm nowhere, of course I'm nowhere near 100 on this character, but on my Terran Republic character, who was my main, I think last time I was battle rank 69, 69, but I'm nowhere near 100. If it made it 120, that would just be a kick in the balls. But you need to be battle rank 100. And you need 10k certs. 10 motherfucking K certs. That's kind of a hefty pay grade to some newer players, but think about it in context. This prestige system is supposed to target new players. Not new players, veterans, right? People who've been playing for months, past 5 years. It's supposed to target those guys. So, they want to keep the players they have, because what is the point of trying to get new players when you can't even keep the ones they have? That's a smart move, in my opinion, if you think about it in terms of context. I don't know if that's what they were going for, but when I think about it like that, it makes sense. That being said, some of the newer players may be driven away from it. They go like, wait, what? 10k certs? Are you kidding me? And that's totally understandable, but to me, I welcome this prestige system. It allows for the veterans to, get something else to grind for, because the main thing that's keeping me in Planetside 2 is the directives. I want that fucking butcher. I want that Terran Republic super LNG. And I'll probably, maybe go for something else. I don't know, I might go for another Terran weapon. I might swap factions for a bit and go for like the new conglomerate carbines or something. But I need to finish the Terran Republic LNGs before I even think about doing anything else. So, and in terms of veterans, like, by the time they reach battle rank 100 and they settle down, they already have most, if not all, of the unlocks they want. They have all the weapons, they have all the cosmetics, cosmetics are only Daybreak Cash, but all the all of the weapons, attachments, vehicle upgrades, what have you, they need, so they really have nothing else to spend their thousands of certs on. And if you're a veteran, and at least if you have some idea of what you're doing, earning certs isn't that big of a hassle. Because I'm nowhere near battle rank 100, but I know I'm probably going to stick to heavy assault and the occasional lightning and prowler run for the rest of my Planetside 2 career, at least for now. Again, I might swap to do a different directive maybe even on a different faction. But moral of the story, heavy assaults, prowlers, and lightning is where I stand in this game. You know, that's my forte, that's my niche. That's where I stand, and that's where I plan to stay. So even people like me who are, you know, I mean, I'm definitely not a noob at the game, but I'm definitely not like a grizzled, battle-hardened veteran of the game. I've had my fair share of battles, and I know what I'm doing, you know? In no way am I a full-on competitive player, and I still view myself as a casual player, but I have a good chunk of experience under my belt. So I think I kind of fall into that middle category, but anyway, that's not the point. The point is that this new specializations program is supposed to target veterans. New players may be taken away by this, but, you know, they want to keep the veteran players. They want to keep them happy, content, and with something to do. That's completely understandable. Now, enough jabbering about that. What does the system actually give you? So once you chalk up 10k certs and you get your fancy dancy shiny battle rank 100 badge, you are thrown into this prestige system. You are brought back to battle rank 1, and you are given some sort of unlock token. You get 1 at the start, according to the dev stream, and every 25 battle ranks, kind of, maybe you might want to lower that to maybe 10, maybe even 15, but 10 would be probably better. And every 25 battle ranks, you get another unlock token. And what you can get with these tokens is either class-based or just general upgrades. Or in terms of upgrades, it's more like cross-class weapon supports and cross-class grenade supports. So you can have LMGs on an engineer, carbines on an infiltrator, EMP grenades on your medic, anti-vehicle grenades on your light assault, so on and so forth. That's pretty cool. You can pretty much multi-class, you know. You can have a engineer who throws down ammo and then proceeds to murderize everything in the vicinity with a giant machine gun. That's pretty cool, considering it would also help with more variety when grinding for directives. So instead of being stuck with just your heavy assault for LMG grinding, if you want to play a more support role from time to time, you can easily, you know, you get your unlock token, you get the cross-weapon LMG support for engineers, and you go to town. And some people may say, carbines on infiltrators, what the fuck? But if you really think about it, they already have access to SMGs. So they're still annoying. They're already annoying, right? They're already going to be annoying you from a distance. It's just that they're a slightly bigger difference now, or a slightly different, or a slightly bigger range distance that they can annoy you from. Which, honestly, I'm not very taken back by that. Sure, I hate infiltrators. I really, really hate infiltrators. But I'm not really off-put by this. I can live with infiltrators having carbines. They'll just give me more reasons to shout and complain about them. But overall, it just gives the infiltrator pros a new lane of attack and new strategy to consider while fighting them. And I don't really care. I think this cross-class weapon support is actually a very interesting idea, and I welcome it with open arms. That being said, that's really the really all they really said in the dev stream. Maybe I missed a couple of small things, but overall I got the majority of it. So feel free to comment your opinions below. And like I said at the beginning of this video, the link to the actual dev stream itself will be in the description below. Regardless, thank you all for watching. See you guys next time. Whoopsies. I'm out. Peace.